Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of the Moist Cheeks podcast. I still don't understand why we named it Moist Cheeks.
That was going to be my first question.
Yeah. So really what happened was we couldn't come up with a name, and we pretty much just put a bunch of shit in a hat and picked one. And
really? As in like Moist Cheeks was one option, or was it like Moist and Cheeks?
no.
Two different options.
We came up with the idea of between two cheeks, like playing off of between two ferns. But we looked it up, and there was like
a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, so many podcasts named that.
Yeah, that actually doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Right.
So we were literally on a conference FaceTime call for 3 hours trying to think of a name, and we were just over it, and we're just like, all right, it's Moist Cheeks.
No, I remember throwing out the name Moist Cheeks for some reason because it just made me chuckle. I was in bed, a little delusional. Yeah, and I was just like, dude, Moist Cheeks. Imagine if that was a podcast name.
No, it's hard for some people. Like we were just at a little barbecue before this, and we mentioned the name Moist Cheeks, and the other people there were like, what? they were like that makes me so uncomfortable.
I guess that's what we're going for.
Yeah, you are referring to ass cheeks, right?
Yeah.
Not like your podcast is so good that people are salivating over it.
Dude, whatever, however you want to perceive it.
Moist cheeks.
So guys, we have two really special guests today, and we have Elton Castee. He is the founder, the creator of TFIL, the Fuck It List, and the creator and my boss of Send It City. And we also have Brandon Gross. Guys, please give him a hand.
Legends.
Elton and Brandon, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for having us over.
Yeah.
It was fucking a blast. We got to hit the tramp wall.
Yeah. You should throw in some of those clips into your
I plan on it. I plan on it.
Especially all of yours.
Yeah.
All of yours.
Yeah, dude, it felt good to see that logo. Just walking back there to see that logo felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you were significantly better than I thought you'd be.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't, like saying that much.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
You vastly impressed
I think
me.
he just thinks a lot less. You think too much, like a normal person, kind of. You know, you get up to the top of the wall and you're like, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this new drop in because I might die. He's like, I've never even ran the wall. I want to go straight to the top and just try.
The irony is, who got hurt today?
Oh my god!
I know. This fucking guy got hurt today.
Yeah. I think the way that I go about it is if I don't barge it right away, then I don't think I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna overthink it.
I like that mentality though.
Yeah.
Well, like you're good about like taking the steps. Like all right, I'm gonna baby step it. Actually try proper technique. And then we're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna send it. Like that gainer off the top of the wall today was fucking scary.
I wasn't ready for that.
I didn't know if I could do it or not, but
And you stuck it.
You
actually just stuck it.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to my back, but then just landing on my feet ended up what happened.
But you landing just straight on your feet like blows my mind even more.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the
I guess when you're not like used to landing on your back a lot, like we do this all the time, so I'm like more used to landing on my back now than my feet.
Yeah.
But if you did this like all the time, you'd be crushing it.
Yeah.
You would.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After we're done here.
Elton taking baby step to his neck.
Earlier, and it's funny because we had pads around every part of the trampoline except literally like 2 feet. Like even like
You see his sweat mark from his head.
Wait, where did he land? Oh yeah, look for the giant wet mark.
Yeah, dude, I was right next to him and I saw it. As soon as I saw him hit his head, I saw his it looked like you blacked out for a quick second.
I'll be honest, I actually remember you scrambling further away from me. I remember being upside down and seeing you go like, like I actually clearly remember you like pushing away to save yourself as I become part
It was the quickest thought. I was like, do I save him or do I try to do something or do I save myself?
You made the right decision.
Save yourself.
Had you tried to save me, you could have broken my neck.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine if he just dove under like a pad and just like saved you?
It's like they just start cuddling. Like, oh my God.
It just landed in his chest. How terrible would that be if I broke my neck on his belly?
That would be
Like,
a
I just
great
landed-
story.
Dude.
I would sue.
Hopefully it would have been filmed.
Do you have room for new tattoos on your chest? Because that
My chest?
great.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
Like a picture of Elton with a broken neck on your chest. That'd be great.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah, dude. So my first question is, it has to do with Send It City. Where did you come up with the idea of Send It City?
Yeah. How did that come about?
When and
What was it originally?
And when?
It was originally a different idea. Oh my God, I don't remember. It was originally a completely different idea. And then it got warped into that over time. And I think it was just because like I liked making such a wide variety of videos, and I wanted to find a way to like tie it all together.
Yep.
And I always wanted to just get like a big piece because we were gonna buy that land.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But I wanted to test it out before like making a $1.4 million purchase. So we got like 6 months of just land rental, and that was the first piece. But I think it was just like, I think you were one of the first people I talked to.
Yeah.
And because like I had no, I was like trying to figure out 3 teams, and I remember you being because you knew Josh Wolf. And Josh Wolf, because it was the one weekend I didn't do stand up with him, and then Josh was like, "You should have fucking been here."
That would have been crazy if you came to Salt Lake.
I know,
and met Beck, because that was like a full year ago before.
Yeah.
And then he referred me to you, and then I just get a random text from you, and then you're like, "Yeah, you're the first person." I'm like I just thought of this. You told me, I don't know if it's true, but I just thought of this idea like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was true.
And like the fact that you hit me up, like it's like the first person to like be involved is like.
When did
honor.
you first like think of it? Like when was it? You
2
were
days
like, I'm
before I
gonna
called
do
Kyler.
this.
Which was
When,
like,
like, I don't
June.
even remember like that process.
It must have been like March, like 3 or 4 months before, because I wouldn't have started looking at land had I not had the idea first. Because originally I was just like, it'd be cool to have land, but it was like, well, how to make it functional, how to make it like a shareable space, and like I just vastly underestimated like motorhomes and pooping and water and power and generators, and I mean literally my motorhome caught on fire.
Oh my god, I remember that.
$3,500 just shipping out shit.
Yeah.
Like literally pumping poop.
like actual shit.
Yeah, like literally actually like paying people to come pump out all of our poop tanks and like all that stuff. So yeah, I don't remember, the idea was warped. It like came from an idea to an idea. But I thought it'd be cool to like try and converse like 3 different categories on YouTube.
Yeah.
And make something fun, which honestly was really fucking fun.
One of the funnest times of my life.
It's some of the best
honestly.
times of my life. Seriously,
fun,
yeah.
man.
It was definitely too overwhelming for YouTube, and like I found all the mistakes after. It was just like too many people that no one knew too quickly.
Yeah.
Like if it was like a network backing, or like you're just like, hey, here's 15 contestants, you know, it would have made sense. But like to go on my channel and then people were like, who are these 13 other people?
Yeah.
It was just very hard to like for everyone to keep tabs on. But
Totally.
it was really fun.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because some of the shit that I've done in there, like I had to push through my fucking fears to do it.
You did some crazy shit.
I tried holding you back, and you just kept being like, nah. Like,
I know.
the dartboard thing. I was like, let's use plastic darts, and you're like, no, just put a metal dart in my belly. And I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about that. Okay, that was day 1.
Yeah.
Not a lot of things make my toes curl, but that's hard to watch. A full metal dart go into somebody's stomach.
Yeah, and but that was like the least scariest thing because I got a lot of fat, you know, so it's like, so I knew like nothing really is gonna happen, you
When
know.
you don't
but-
really have to like do it, you just sit there.
Yeah,
like,
you're not
take
doing anything. You're just laying there, and
Dude,
then
I don't
like,
have a single piercing, so just any metal prod just spearing into my body.
There was a lot of them. Like,
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And Josh was like Josh really wanted one in your belly button. Really wanted to reopen that hole. Like,
Dude, thank God you were wearing a helmet because I'm pretty sure,
I think-
like,
yeah.
I don't think it hit your helmet, but like on the dartboard, which was like right here by your eyes, it hit like the very edge.
Yeah.
And if you didn't,
remember
like, that's
that
so
one.
sketchy. If that would have hit your eye or just anywhere on your face, like that one was gnarly.
yeah.
And like also the whole time that was happening, everyone was just walking on him because we forgot that plywood was on.
Oh yeah,
We laid plywood on top of you to protect your lower body, and everyone was just walking on it.
And then Dalton tried like skating it, and he hit his head on the boom lift.
I don't even know what
And,
he was
like,
thinking.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That was a chaotic 30 seconds there.
Yeah.
Ended up like splitting his head open and then just had like a fucking wrap around his face for the rest of the
I
day.
just remember like every like 30 seconds I'd be like, hey, you're on Vinny. There'd be, like, another person just standing there like with their hands on their hips watching. Like, you're on top of it, bro.
Yeah.
I still have marks.
From the glass.
No, the wedgie.
From the wedgie, dude. That's from the wedgie.
Turn.
What? That right there. I don't know what happened.
That's
or how
amazing.
and it was.
Oh my god! Of all the things you do, those are those scars
so
that stay
funny.
heavily there.
Yeah.
How? I don't. Medically, I need a doctor to explain.
I know. I would like.
How?
That was one of the funniest fucking bits, dude.
Oh
I was
my
crying.
God.
It didn't cut me. Well, you know, it was just like one pair of Hanes underwear. I thought for sure we were gonna have to do it
Heinous
multiple.
underwear after.
Oh my god.
Like the first person get like a 5th-degree burn. Like that just medically doesn't make any sense. That is mind blowing.
I mean, it ripped up my asshole like right away, and then the elastic that's all I was hanging by was underway elastic, and I got so mad. You could tell. I'm like, it was funny. You guys were having a good time. And I'm like, somebody get me the fuck down. Like, get me a fucking
Did they throw you
knife.
scissors or something?
Yeah.
Dalton was gonna get me a fucking pocket knife, and
he
then
got the medic's cutter tool thing.
yeah. So
And he fell with that in his hand.
Yeah.
He fell. Naked, falling from the sky with a knife in his hand.
dude, that could have. Yeah, I had to actually like think about that. I was like, all right, like as soon as I cut this, I gotta like put these away, even though they were dulled a little. But that would have been God. Imagine if I landed on these scissors after just getting reamed.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Boy.
Well, no, because the reason why I just wanted to barge it, even though I was fucking terrified on most shit, was just because that was, for me personally, that was one of my biggest projects. I think that was the first big project I've been involved in on camera.
Yeah.
Most of the time I was behind camera. So I really wanted to like really prove that, okay, I got picked for a fucking reason. So I need to show out, you know?
Yeah. I don't think anyone disappointed.
Yeah.
At all.
No,
I truly don't feel. I feel like everyone there like pushed themselves to like, their absolute.
Yeah.
And even if they weren't pushing themselves, they were still contributing in like the best way. Like Andrea, was still contributing the best way she can.
Yeah. And it was the best group of people for like that many people coming together for the first time. Well, I know like you guys had your crew, but like a bunch of new people coming in at the same time, and it just vibed so well.
Yeah.
So quickly.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a pretty rare thing to happen.
Dude, I still remember. It was one of the, I think, like the best things was that stupid.
Where we threw Lil Xan into it?
Like the nuclear meltdown.
Yeah.
And everyone's just trying to flip into that thing. Like we're throwing Lil Xan in and just like everyone got involved.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Like I never thought in my life I would be swinging Lil Xan from his ankles into a wipeout game.
He was just so down to do whatever with us. Like he, the fact that Tepper was down to let him swing a golf club. Like,
that was insane.
Off of his dick.
Yeah, that
and
was
his ass. I want to say he purposely hit him in the ass cheek, like right in his hip.
Probably.
When he first did that, because then he tried it off of his crotch and somehow didn't annihilate him. But no, that was
Xan
really
was
fun.
a good host,
and
he participated a lot. Yeah,
he was really fun. And then it was weird. Like a week after that or less, he was in Salt Lake City. And that night after I flew back, we went and like partied, and I was just like, I remember going down into the club, and he's in this ball pit just by himself, surrounded. It was an axe throwing club, so it was kind of like a mix of like a bar,
a ball pit,
okay,
axe throwing.
I feel like I'm going all over the place right now. Dude, no, it was wild.
Axe throwing club
with a
Not
ball
like
pit.
DJ. Bottle service, axes,
and ball pit.
Yeah. And there's a little ball pit, and then there's even now that I say it out loud, this place is wild. There's even
like it's so made
if
up.
I'm criticizing it, that's kind of really saying something.
and there's also curling. There's a little curling like
wait, like ice, like an ice.
But it was like no, but it wasn't actual ice. It was like
It's like the sand thing.
Yeah, it was like that, but it was like the big curling.
What?
Whatever those are. Pucks.
Why does this place exist?
This sounds like something that
Is
like
a weird Utah thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Mormon dude partnered with like some dude just like
and
out of their fucking
yeah, and it was a venue, so he performed there in the basement of this. It was a bar upstairs and downstairs. Yeah.
What's this place called?
Fuck, I wish I could remember what
Like
it was
I can't
called.
think of one name that would encompass all of that.
There's probably something with axe in it. That was like the main like
Attraction.
hook, yeah, to like get people to
That's
kinda
so
sick.
weird. That is so weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone
pretty
just
sick,
ever shows
though.
up just for the curling. Like they just that's it.
They bypass everything
They don't
else.
care about anything else, just the curling.
Or just the ball pit.
dude. I don't even know. Like, it was literally like a foot deep too, like this tiny little like fucking like 8 foot by 10 foot little ball pit. I don't even with mirrors all around. But he was just chilling in there, and I remember I went down and there was security surrounding. Like whoa, wait! Like before he went on stage to perform, I was like, "Yo, Diego!" And then he remembered my name. It was just really surreal that he was like homies with like me. Like who am I? And like I just go down there like, "Yo, what up, dude?" Go into the ball pit with him and hang out. You know, but and the fact that I just met him like 3 days before at Senda City.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fucking wild. We did a lot of shit there that could just never ever get done legally on a professional show.
And there's one thing that we did, well, me personally, that can't even talk
We
about
really
it.
can't.
I know.
Can't even talk about
I
it.
know.
Can't talk about it. We swore an oath to never talk about
One of
it.
the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
If you pledge to our Patreon, no.
No.
I'm kidding. We actually watched that the other day.
Just the other day, and it
We'll
was
drop
still
it.
so fucking funny.
Man, I wish we could.
Yeah.
So what was your process choosing people to be a part of it? Like, were you just like fishing on Instagram and like, oh, this dude seems rad, let me hit him up?
I feel like I've always had an ability to pick the right people.
Yeah.
I don't actually ever think of like Brandon, for example. You know, like I feel like I've always picked the right people and can kind of figure out where roles do and don't work.
Yeah.
Even like picking asking like Touche to join and Andrea and Corey, right? And like even like when Chad was like, I'll come in, like, you know, I quickly like looked him up real quick, and I don't know, I could feel like I can just kind of tell.
Yeah.
I think the most important to me was that every team had people that at least knew each other or would respect each other if they didn't know each other.
Yeah.
You know, so like I knew like you and Dalton were friends, and like I knew that you guys like loosely knew each other, and then like McKenna was part of it. So
you did know that me and Kyler knew each other.
yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
social media. Like I can.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
see
yeah,
who's following who.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
figure
yeah.
if, you know, you're aware.
Wait, did you guys know each other well at that point?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So the way that I met Kyler was I met Zach, and I
I've
was
only known each other for like 3 years.
years,
Everyone
yeah.
thinks like that we've like known each other for like
yeah,
longer
3
than
years. But I met Zach, and then I met the rest of the Two Stupid crew, and I was filming for all them. And
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of went through everyone. I like looked and like saw like, you know, obviously a little bit more athletic
Yeah.
than like, you know, you and Zach, and then like
Yeah.
I knew like McKenna. Like I was trying to get a female on every single team. The athlete team was the hardest because the one girl that was gonna do it was from Canada, and she couldn't get in the country at that time. And then the other girl that we had up for it like wanted to bring like 7 people with her, and I was just like, no.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like create that balance, but yeah, I felt like you can just kind of tell. You can just watch people's videos and just see like how chill it. Because I knew like this isn't gonna be a luxurious filming, you know, extravaganza. Like this is gonna be very grassroots, like deal with shit as it is, and like we did our best to make it comfortable. I think that was the main thing.
Yeah.
Like, if I could look at you and be like, you're chill living in a motorhome with 15 other people.
Yeah.
If you're chill with that part, then when cameras are on and we're starting to really do shit, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And strangely, I don't actually think we had an issue with anyone.
No, like prima donnas, fucking like.
Just you
No.
two.
I mean, well, we made out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We made out multiple times.
You two were the only problem we ever
are.
had.
I think we are. Yeah. Yeah. We
Couple
got
hot
into
How
it.
did that start?
It was
It was
something
just
about
fucking-
moving the bag, the
Yeah.
big bag, and like I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
We
yeah.
were just like saying stupid shit to
You
each
guys
other
did
back
it
and
twice,
forth.
though.
Yeah, and we made out twice.
You made out twice. Yeah.
So it's even.
Unconsent. Like, I don't think you really like. That's how we buried the hatchet. But I had to really like get in there.
Oh, you got in there. Yeah, you were way up in there.
I think it was because we went on a ride on the off-road vehicles, and I didn't realize that you guys were moving the airbag, and then I don't know. some
I don't know,
bullshit.
just like stupid.
I don't remember the second time. I think the second time was more of like a joke, and then we're like,
Yeah, I
oh,
don't remember
better
the second
kiss.
time. The first time was like, I was like pissed. I was annoyed,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
like,
And then the second time you guys started getting mad, and I was like, before you guys get any more mad, make out.
Yeah, just make
that's how you calm
The
things
more
down.
mad you get, the more make out you do.
that's a great solution, and it immediately fixed everything. Like I went from being like really pissed off to every single person there chanting "make out" or "kiss" or something, and I was like, this is actually gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Implement that rule at any bar from now on. You see
Yeah,
two
yeah,
dudes
yeah.
just starting to fight, everyone just goes make out.
You have to look literally kiss and make up, and
Yeah.
it actually like it works. So, yeah.
honestly, yeah, I never would think that would really work, but honestly,
Honestly,
it worked.
That was kind of a great rule that we made up
Like
on
the-
that day.
on the fly,
Yeah.
yeah.
You get in a fight,
you have to
French.
make out.
Yeah. Fight in French. That's
there was
it.
another fight though, and they didn't make out.
Who was the other fight?
Wasn't it Chad? Wait, was it you and Chad?
Oh, we were talking about.
Wait,
just
I don't know
talking
about
about
this
this.
one.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like.
I know about Chad and Evan.
Yeah, it was with Chad and
Oh,
Evan.
maybe that's what I was thinking.
was
I know
with-
that one.
It was with Chad and Evan, and then I kind of like tried to like be the mediator and like joke around. I was like, like grabbing him
Yeah.
by the shirt, and I was like, "Yo, come over here, whatever." And then he
okay.
freaked out and like swung on me, like
Wait,
he was
what?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
so I was like trying to walk him away from like the whole situation. Like, "Yo, dude, it's cool, man. Like, no worries." So we're trying to get situated, and then out of nowhere, because I'm right behind him, he like screams. I don't even know what he said, and he like swung a hook, and he got my hand, and I fell to my back like a fucking like a scared dog. I didn't even know what to do. I was just sitting there, and then immediately was like, "Haha, I'm just playing, dude. Whatever." And then later that day, he's like, "Sorry, man, I was actually pissed."
And
like,
they didn't make out.
You guys didn't.
we didn't make out. I thought he was kidding. Like
He's got a show tonight.
Yeah.
I think you need to get on stage with him.
And make out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that was fucking terrified. Like he actually, I didn't know Chad could be that scary. But
Yeah.
he's a big
He's
guy.
a big boy, dude.
And I mean, we made up like right after, but we didn't make out. So
Yeah.
to make that happen.
That was a great
And
rule.
I remember after I was like, why the fuck? Like that night when we were drinking, I was like, why does my hand hurt so bad? Like, oh yeah, fucking Chad punched my hand earlier.
Yeah.
Dude, he brought the heat though. Like when he was a late
Yeah, he
member
did.
to the crew.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
He came in the first run, right?
He came in
Or was it the
day
second one?
2, first round.
First round, yeah.
Yeah, because someone made a mistake and forgot. Yeah. Someone made a mistake and was like, hey, I'm not making it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I was like, does anyone else know? And then Chad showed up.
Yeah.
Literally like an hour later, like
Yeah.
bolted over. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Worked out super well. He literally dropped like his first single that has now launched his music career with us at Senate City. Like it released at Senate City.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one with
with cheat codes.
yeah, cheat codes. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him talking about like
Loser. Yeah.
what his thumbnail should be. He was asking.
Yep. He was asking him what his thumbnail should be right there, and then he posted it the next day, and
Yeah.
he was like on his phone like that whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
We knew him before he started to get famous.
So Elton, you're from Connecticut, right?
Yeah, technically.
Technically, what part? Because
Shelton. Graduated high school.
Because I know we talked about this when we first met,
Mm-hmm.
and then so you were from Shelton. I'm from New Haven.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. How long have you been in LA?
I've been back since I was 19, so I've been back now 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing this YouTube thing?
YouTube didn't start till probably 2015, but Vine started 2013.
That's right. Yeah.
It was
okay.
Vine, then Facebook, then
Rest in
YouTube.
peace.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what was the process of coming up with TFIL?
TFIL came kind of like out of necessity. So like one of my best friends at the time, the guy I started the channel with, was a really big Viner, right? Super, super well known. I made the pivot when Vine died over to Facebook. So I was like fine. I was making content there. I was doing like sketches. Brand deals were just like through the roof because it was like the only main platform to kind of like hire influencers really, because Vine was gone. Instagram wasn't really that known. So I was just chilling over there on Facebook doing my own thing. And here's one of my best friends that I do 2.5-hour drives with every other day because we'd always go to hockey games. And he was just kind of like, I'm going to have to move back home. And from there, we just, all these drives, we kind of just like, I crafted an idea. And I was like, what's something you just, I was just straight up like, what do you want to do? That was like the main question. It wasn't like, what do you want to do for money? Like, it wasn't like, where do you want to, it was just like, what do you want to do? And he was just like, I just want to see the Northern Lights. Like, it's like one of the only things I ever want to do. And I was like, cool, let's like figure out a way to see the Northern Lights. And back then, like I was still doing pranks. Like I was still like doing pranks and like kind of like PG-16 stunts and like kind of things like that. So the original idea for TFIL was, let's put together a team of 3 people, like me, him, and then like a female, because I just thought it'd be nicer to have that mix. Didn't work, so it was just me and Heath. And I was like, let's just do you and me, and then we'll have like a thing we want to do every single video, just like whatever big thing. If it's like surf for the first time, and then we'll have a prank competition, and whoever like loses the competition has to pay for the thing that we're doing. Okay. And that was like the original idea, but then it became too hard to film, and then it just kind of became like, here's a list of things we want to do, and we're just gonna like film our journey to do those things. And it became way more chill, because that was back when like David Dobrik like first started, doing 4-minute videos and very kind of all over the place, and just whatever happened. So it was like way less pressure. Yeah. Our videos were like anywhere between like 5 minutes to 9 minutes to 6 minutes, and like that's really all it was just like a way to.
You just come up with like random shit and just like, all right, let's do this. Like,
I mean, like I wrote a list of like 700 things in my phone that I was like, here would be all the craziest, and some of them were like he had never surfed before, so like that was one of them, and then some of them, the other ones were, like Run with the Bulls, right? The other ones were like,
oh my god, how terrifying was that?
We never did that one.
Okay,
there's a lot we haven't done. We've done like 200 of them. Yeah, I mean, when we started the channel, we had to pull out. I like basically like used all the money I had. We did a Kickstarter to raise like another $7,000. And then we pulled a loan from a friend for $10,000 that we had to pay back in 60 days at 10% interest. Wow. So like we were definitely like under pressure. So we put like $35,000 or like $40,000 like into our first 35 videos. That's kind of what we figured it would cost to like hire a cameraman, rent a motorhome, gas, fuel, activities, editing, like all that crap.
Yeah.
So that was like how we started, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
When did you come in the picture with TFIL?
A year ago.
A little more than a year ago.
Yeah, a little over a year ago.
How'd you guys meet?
So what you were sending clothing out to people for Send It Society, your clothing line, and he started sending clothing to me, but it wasn't you that was even reaching out. I think it was like.
No, you were actually one of the few people that we had an intern then.
Oh.
Who would like make a list, and then I would go yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
But you were one of the few people that I was like, reach out. Like I told her, I was like, here's this guy, reach out to him, send him stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember there was one day I was just like, so he had been sending me clothing for a couple months at this point, and I was posted up on top of a mountain in Salt Lake City. And I was just, I posted a video with like me and my dirt bikes and my school bus just on top of this mountain, and I tagged Salt Lake City. And I believe you saw that, and you were in Salt Lake City.
We were on our way. Yeah. We were just south. And then, that led up to us meeting up.
And you were like, oh, you want to meet up? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I should probably meet up with the person who's like sponsoring me. And then we met in a parking lot, like you, the two dogs, and Ginger, and like me and my buddy, like just met for a little bit and like kind of just like bullshit for a little bit. And then I stayed around the area and then dipped to Lake Powell. And how did you end up in Lake Powell?
No way. You guys both ended up going to Lake
it was like 2 weeks later. Yeah.
Yeah, you were basically like, you told me you were going to go do a thing, and then... What's up, Thunder?
Are you trying to get in this podcast here?
Yeah, you told me you were going to do a thing, and then I was like, we're actually going to leave on another road trip. And I'd never been to Powell. We were going to do Grand Canyon and something else. And then we met up again.
Yeah, so then we rented a boat together in Lake Powell. And then it was just like me and a few of my cliff diving buddies, and then him and Ginger, and we all rented a boat together, went around the lake for an entire day, and just jumped off everything, watched Elton land on his face.
So what were you doing beforehand? Were you just doing...
How did that happen? How'd that go?
The first thing they did, literally, we're like been on the boat for like 30 minutes. They pull over, and then they do like a 72-foot, 75-foot cliff jump.
Oh my God.
And like, I climbed up there with him, like, I'm not fucking doing that.
That's terrifying.
I'm not fucking doing that. Like, I haven't cliff jumped in like years.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, they stopped at like a smaller spot that was like 20 feet or something. And I forgot everything. You remember how you saw me earlier on the trampoline eat shit?
Yeah.
That water, 25 feet.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Literally almost exactly that.
Almost exactly. Yeah, it landed right on your face, and it was a brutal slam. Like he just like starts winding up, and I'm like, wait, what are you doing? And he's like backflip, and then he he was going for a double as soon as he took off.
And then I changed my mind.
Then he changed his mind again, back to a single in midair.
I changed my mind again.
Yeah.
Back to a double.
Changed his mind way too many times in the midst of this flip. But yeah, so that's how we
Good times.
Like that's how. And then after that, I think,
were you making content before you linked up? Like
I was, but just like not like on Instagram, I was staying like pretty consistent. But YouTube was just like far and few between if I would post a video or not. Now, like recently, I've been like posting every Wednesday, like staying super consistent. But yeah, up for that, like the year prior to that, like up to meeting him, I was just going wherever I wanted to go in my school bus. Like I sold my house, left, and was just going anywhere in the country or other countries that I wanted to go. And that's making that content for Instagram is how he found me. And then that's how we ended up.
That's so wild.
How scary is it to just, when you finally like sign the paper, like I sold my house, I have this bus is my home. Were you stoked? A little nervous?
I was so stoked when I sold my house. I made a profit because the housing market went up, and I'm like, that's extra money to like go, because I had zero plan. But I told myself, I 100% will find a way to never have to come back to Pennsylvania and work again. Like,
what part of Pennsylvania are you from?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, there's no way I'll ever come back and work full time doing like a job for somebody else ever again. Like,
what were you doing for work out there?
I was working with my buddies who started a company doing commercial camera systems and security systems, like access control for like big medical marijuana facilities. Yeah. And like, it was great working with my friends and like worked with my brother, like some of my really close friends and whatnot. But like, I hate working for people. Yeah, and I was like, I'm just like, oh shit. Yours is not a normal job by any means.
But it's work, and I am people.
So it goes from that to like, it goes from like, waking up at 5:30 in the morning every day, working night shifts and to then Elton saying, hey, do you want to get tattooed on a roller coaster and drive monster trucks? And I'm like, I guess so.
Was that your first TFIL video, the roller coaster?
Well, that wasn't. It was the first trip. Was that? Yeah. Okay. The very first video, I drove my school bus from Pittsburgh to Dallas to pick them all up from the airport. and that was the first real TFIL trip. So I drove like, I don't know how long that was. It was a long time.
Really,
long drive. Yeah. Made it there, got to Dallas, picked them up, got food. I was so stoked to like be in these videos. And then we go to the first place, Tempest, which you've been to that Tempest, right? The one in Dallas? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I get there. People hadn't even finished signing the waiver yet.
This is where you...
And I snapped my ankle on my second jump. Yeah. And I've been on trampolines so much in my life. Yeah. Snapped my ankle, and I was on a knee scooter with a boot for the next, I don't know, 5-6 months. And like just when Send It City was starting, I was like just able to not have the boot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was awful.
And so who was a part of TFIL at this time? It was Corey, Corbin, Brandon, Andrea? No,
that was just us four on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that one was just literally us four. It was literally just Corey, Corbin, Brandon, myself.
Yeah.
And then who was Cam Op? Was Rivkeys that one?
Yep.
Yeah, Rivkeys.
Yeah.
And then what was really bizarre was that when he snapped his ankle at Tempest, and I found this out later, but he snapped his ankle at Tempest, and I'm like, I know I can't film with 3 people. Like, I can't. Like, there's no way. Like, there's a way, right?
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, there's just something about having that 4, that 5, whatever it is, to, like, help break up the dynamic. Well, Wes and Franco showed up. Because they were like starting their shift. So they told me they weren't starting their shift. Turns out that like Wes found out we were going to be there and like stole his mom's car.
Yeah. What? Yes.
He stole his mom's car so that way he could meet us.
Yeah.
And like he stole his mom's car and like literally now he lives with me. You know what I mean? Like,
is he here now?
No, he actually should be getting. He landed like 2 hours ago. So I'm sure if he's getting picked up, whatever, he might actually walk in any minute. Yeah, he told me that. He actually told me that after he moved in.
He just told us that recently, that story. And I was like, what? You stole your mom's car, and now you live with... now you live in California.
And then I met his mom, and I kind of forgot to bring that up. I should have totally brought that up.
Yeah, you should have.
That's pretty fucking funny.
But that's what happened. So, like, he busted his ankle, and I knew, like, you know, it's a lot of high-intensity physical things. Like, literally the next day was a water park. Where you're flying, 35 feet in the air.
Yeah.
So then I hit up Wes and Franco, and I was like, hey, like, if you guys want to join, like, we're going to need the help. And then that worked out really well because that video did super well, and it was, like, really fun. And
was that the Waco trip?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the slip and fly one that we did with, like, human skee ball, which actually, like, is a remarkable video because it was a real competition, and it was, like, 1 point.
There were some heavy slams.
It was a 1 point difference. It was really fun. Yeah. And it all worked out in this weird way, and that's how I met Wes and Franco, then became part of Send It City, so...
Yeah.
I think it's weird, like everything happens for a reason kind of thing.
Totally. It's crazy how everything comes full circle, too. And then now he's fucking just living here. It's awesome.
Yeah, like literally if Josh didn't, you know what I mean, didn't do
if Scott Randolph didn't know who I was somehow to be able to recommend Josh to even like hit me up because he's like, oh yeah, Josh likes weird people. He wants to go hang out with some weird people before his show in West Jordan, which the comedy club was like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay.
Which was even cool. I don't know, it's because there's 2 different clubs, one downtown and then one right next to my house. He happened to be right there. Yo, let's film some weird stuff. And then a year later, it was like, yo, like we need some.
Pretty cool.
It's so wild how like those little things in life can just lead to so like it's crazy ripple effect.
Yeah. How did you hear about me and Dalton?
Well, I heard about Dalton. I think I knew Dalton which was weird because Chaz and Dalton.
That's right. Yeah,
have been friends forever, and I had no idea that.
Yeah.
I had absolutely no idea. So I found Dalton because I think it was Dalton and Destin or Kanan. Kanan did the Thrasher Skate Your House thing, so I knew who they were. And originally, I asked them both to come join because I thought it'd be cool to have like 2 skaters, and it would justify like building half pipes and all that stuff. Kanan couldn't do it, so then Dalton came in, and I think through Dalton is how I ended up finding you because you were filming for him.
Yeah, I was filming for him, and then we were just like collaborating a lot on some videos.
So I think I found you that way.
Yeah.
So that was how, and then I found out later that like Chaz and Dalton have been friends since high school or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
such a small world.
So crazy.
And then McKenna, I don't remember how I found McKenna. I think I just found McKenna finding McKenna.
Yeah.
I think I was just searching, and then
She was a great find.
Dude, she's so rad.
And also, same thing, hurt herself first
10 minutes
on a trampoline.
Yeah.
In the dumbest way possible.
Yeah, and then I saw like whenever she like her ankle looked just like mine. I saw she had that tattoo on the bottom of her foot, the middle finger, and then I went to Joe and got, which is your buddy,
yeah.
And then like met Joe because of you. I went to his house and got tattooed.
Oh, did you go to Joe's house?
Yeah, I got a tattoo on my foot.
You have the bird on.
It came off a little bit. I mean,
you went to Joe's house. That's
yeah,
funny.
I went to
That's
Joe's house
crazy.
and got the same tattoo because I was like, my ankle's like fat for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, my ankle is a disaster.
Yeah.
It works, but it looks disgusting.
It's like the
That's
bone around is
crazy.
like permanently swollen, right?
Yeah, it's just like a cartilage buildup or like I don't know. It's just disgusting looking.
And that's how my ankle is because of a trampoline, rolling it on a trampoline.
Yeah,
it's the
trampolines
death
get
trap
ya.
for ankles, man. I don't know. Are you next?
I have to get that tattoo on my neck.
Oh my
right there.
god. Trampolines are actually pretty scary.
Out of all the places that you have traveled, because you've been around the fucking world with TFIL, what has been your favorite place?
I always have a split answer on that one because there's two. There's New Zealand and Egypt, right? Because Egypt is just like every kid learns about the Egyptians when you grow up. And the Great Pyramids are like what movies are made out of, and it's like your wildest imagination to actually like go to Egypt, which I think is also like the furthest removed from like American culture I've ever been. In terms of even like Latin America, I feel like is kind of similar, but to go all the way out to Egypt and you know where they're speaking Arabic and like the markets and the streets and everything is completely different. To see the pyramids and see the Sphinx and see all these tombs that are, you know, 6,000 years old.
Super surreal.
It was one of the craziest things when like actually like go inside. Literally, you can go inside the Great Pyramids.
Shit.
Like things I didn't know you could do. So for that
That's
level,
sick.
like in terms of culture, like that's one of the trips. Like when I have kids, like I'm 100% bringing them there.
Yeah.
And then there's New Zealand because just holy shit.
Yeah.
Like New Zealand's incredible. Like I lived in a motorhome there for 5.5 weeks. And like I had 3 friends come out for like the first 2.5 weeks and a different 3 friends come out for the other 2.5 weeks. And like I didn't run out of things to do. Every single day I did something completely different, completely new. And I still could have been there for another 6 weeks.
So highly recommend going to New Zealand.
100%. Yeah. Whenever they reopen, like I mean, there's a reason why like the real estate prices like astronomically high right now.
I feel like it's great for all of us because like I've always known it as the adrenaline capital of the world. That's what everyone always says, and I'm like, yeah, and that's no joke. Like all the stuff I've seen there, I haven't been there, but it's high up on the list.
It's beautiful. The people there are amazing. The culture there is just amazing. Like it's just one of like I always said like when I can afford like to retire or like have a retirement house or something, I want one.
Yeah.
There. It's like a 12-hour nonstop flight. It's like not that expensive. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, New Zealand. It's one of the most kick-ass places on the planet.
That's sick.
What was the craziest or like most fun thing you did in New Zealand?
I think the Queenstown bungee, the Nevis bungee.
Oh yeah, I've never been bungee jumping.
Like 275 meters, 300 meters or something like that.
Oh shit.
That's not the one where you were doing the gainers off of it?
No.
Oh.
No, that was a 50-meter platform.
Oh.
No, Nevis is like, yeah, there was like so much blood in my head that I started like hallucinating.
Holy shit,
200 or 300
It's,
meters?
it's really,
Holy shit.
I might be wrong. It might be 200 meters.
I mean, that's still ridiculous.
it's over
Yeah.
500 feet. So it's for sure, like it's definitely it's up there. It's
Yeah, I don't
like,
know how to
it's-
calculate this.
It's that was and also like we got lucky due to a misfortune, but there was like a massive earthquake that happened in a place near like Kaikoura. So like no one had ever been there. The roads were actually in it. Like you couldn't access the town because the earthquake just cut the roads in half. So we were one of the first people to ever be back in that town as like tourists. And so like we were one of the first people to ever go out like dolphin watching and dolphin swimming. So when we went out there, they said that it was like the largest pod of dolphins in like the country's history. And we were like just swimming with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dolphins just like surrounding like
Dude, that's awesome.
and you like you're
man.
bungee jumping like the day before.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
and we literally still, as small as that country is, saw 5% of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
that's
literally saw
amazing. Yeah.
5. It's like probably the size of maybe a little bit bigger than New Jersey, I would guess.
Is that small?
It's really small. You can
Wow.
drive.
Wow.
You can drive it's got to be a little bit. You can drive the whole.
Like a New Jersey and a half?
Well, maybe 2 New Jerseys.
Okay.
You can drive the whole thing in 18 hours. But like that's like they don't have major freeways.
Oh, it's like Costa Rica, how it was like
Yeah,
wild.
and you got to
Okay,
take
yeah.
a 4-hour ferry, to get from one island to the other. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the answer for sure, man.
Has there ever been anything that you come up with an idea and you're in the process of filming it but you're thinking, okay, maybe this was a bad idea.
Send it city. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like that definitely happens. That had to have happened at Send It City. Like, no? You don't see Vinny laying on the ground with like Josh Wolf like 30 feet up and a boom lift about to throw darts at him?
I wrote that on the
Oh,
whiteboard.
well, okay, but
that
what
was a
was
good
going
idea.
through your head when I did that slam?
Oh, the ball, the Zorb?
No, into the water.
Oh, wait, off of the ramp?
Oh, the skateboard.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that was coming. like for sure. Like, I was like, there's no way he's making it.
Made it way farther
Do you
than
know?
I think we
Okay,
expected.
so do you know when? Okay, after
You
I got
cried because you had no faith in him.
No, but like, dude, I saw Dalton speed wobbles. I'm like, this is a pro fucking skater with the right board, with the right wheels, and I'm like, no, like, but you did the puppy eye thing. You're like, I want to try it. I'm like, you signed the fucking waiver, I guess.
Dude, after I got my elbow wrapped up, I went back to the trailer and I started crying. And I started.
The fact that he admitted this to you.
Didn't make it.
No,
or
I started crying, and then a bunch of people came up. They're like, "Dude, are you okay? Are you in that much pain?" And I was like, "No, my feelings are more hurt because I wanted to prove to you so bad that I wanted to do it, that I could do it.
Yeah.
I was so upset because you were the only reason why I just wanted to prove to you.
But
that I could.
I also never out loud said you can't make it.
No, I know, I know.
knew he
But
was
I
saying
knew-
it out
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, it's great that you let him do like anything he wanted, pretty much. I don't think
Yeah.
there was any moment where like
I literally so many things that we can't talk about. Some of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of it. The point of it was like, you guys know your own skill sets, you know your own
Yeah.
bodies, you know what you're willing to risk. Like, I have a medic here. Like, it's
Yeah.
up to you know what I mean. It was up to you guys. Like,
thank God we had the right medic at the right time when I did my
Yep.
stunt.
Actually,
we didn't have shirtless. I want to join the gang medic. We had I'm here to do my fucking job. Medic.
He was able to stitch me up and take care of me real nice.
And you got
Like,
tattooed during that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got
So epic, dude.
You
That
got
just
tatted
sounds-
and stitched at the same
yeah.
time.
You can see
Yeah.
the
Wow.
scar right here, dude. He actually only had like 4 sutures, and he probably could have used like 6 or 7, but like he didn't know what he was getting himself into with like how dangerous what we were doing. So he's like didn't bring stuff to like actually like stitch me up. Who knew he was gonna jump into 50 light
Did you give
tubes?
the medic a list of the things
he
that were
was
going to
told.
happen?
Yeah,
Well,
he was
Did
told
you have like
that.
a picture drawn of like the setup?
Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, he should have, but like, he's like, let me go check the van and see if or whatever is his car to see if he has the stuff to put me back together. And luckily, he did just enough. And Joe had the wireless tattoo machine. Like, to just tattoo me at the same time. That's a stunt itself. And I actually started to get emotional too because I didn't break the world record.
No.
And
Dude,
that
I
was
relate
fucking-
to
dude,
your
I'm
guys'
so
feelings
mad.
on that a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm so mad that I'm
like that's how it was when like Elton first invited me to that trip to Texas, and I wrecked myself in the first 30 seconds, and we had like 7 more days to film. Like we were going cliff jumping. I was like, that's my strong suit. I'm gonna like do crazy stuff and like get there. And I was just so depressed the whole time. And like I know that's exactly how you guys were feeling.
Dude,
out in
watching
the city.
you tear up after that was like making me tear up.
I'm like bleeding. I'm covered in glass. Because but that wasn't why I was emotional. It was because I feel like I let everybody down trying to break this record and like had like so much setup. But it is what it is. Maybe next time. And next time I'll actually wear protection. I remember I wore goggles on my forehead like as a like joke to like not even. I don't know why.
I don't think you had goggles on your forehead, bro. I don't think so. I think you literally like refused to
Yeah,
wear
actually,
anything. You
I
didn't
don't-
have goggles on your forehead.
I was.
I edited that video.
I was wearing like just and. The reason why I didn't break all because my body didn't like fold over.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
more
like,
of a dive.
Yeah, I dove like
Yeah.
I
Remember how I hit the trampoline?
yeah.
It was
I
you.
I just
Yeah.
dove head like I waited so long to try to go onto my back that literally like from my shoulders to my lower back is all that like this much space that covered when it was like
Yeah.
at least 3 or 4 feet that needed to be hit.
Dude, there was glass
So
there for like I couldn't get enough of
It'll
it.
it'll never be gone from
Yeah,
there.
they'll always
That was first
So
round,
much.
right? When you,
That was episode 3.
first round,
That
yeah.
was only episode
That was with
3?
Scotty.
Yeah, and you did all the editing for those episodes?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I did most of the editing for those episodes.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Because you had an editor.
We had an editor
and he
who
was fucking
just-
up.
He just straight up like missed every deadline, started quitting, sent like just the most garbage shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then Chad, if it weren't for Chad joining on day 2, I wouldn't have met the editor who
Oh, wow.
ended up helping take it over, who has now been my editor
Oh,
ever
really?
since.
I didn't know that's how you met him.
the guy that we saw earlier on
yeah.
the crocodile.
Yeah,
Leg.
yeah.
camera,
Yeah, that's Jack. So I met Jack because Chad Tepper came,
Yeah.
and Chad Tepper only came because someone else called out sick.
Yeah.
And then Chad was like, you got to try this guy. He's like, he's expensive, but he's really good. And then literally he like crushed it and like, I mean, he had to pick up in the middle of he had no idea what the show was about.
Yeah.
They just handed him like
so much footage.
7 camera angles and all this footage. And yeah, he would like do like the first 80% and then send me the file and I would finish it out. And then, yeah, and he's literally been my editor for a full year now.
Wow.
So like I said, things happen for a reason.
Yeah, that's sick.
But,
Wait, but before we move on, looking back at the slam heard around the world,
Yeah.
are
I think
you
it went viral, right?
are you happier?
We're I think we're past like 50 million views on everything.
Oh my god! Wait,
Yeah.
so are you? If you would have stuck it, do you think you like? Are you
No.
happier that you
Oh,
slammed?
I'm so happy
okay
with the way it
okay,
did. Yeah.
yeah. Because like
Yeah,
if you
that
would have
shit-
made it, it would have been
It's still
great.
getting posted
Oh, yeah.
today.
Like it would be
like
it'd be
Loud
sick.
Loudwire just posted it yesterday, and they
Yeah.
started following me. Like,
If you would have made it, it would have looked like you used to be a successful athlete.
yeah,
Wow,
It
he
took
really
like
let
a
himself
decade
go.
off. It took like a decade off, and
Like-
people were like, oh, he's still got it.
my whole
Yeah.
thinking behind it was if I was to make it, it would be a cool shot. You probably would put it in slow mo, like
Yeah.
a fat dude flying through the air, doing something that nobody really thinks that he could
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
You know?
It was
But
a make for you.
it was a win-win.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I was going into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I really thought I could do it.
I thought you were gonna eat shit a lot earlier than you did.
Really? Yeah.
Yes. I thought you were just gonna like tumble way earlier and not. I didn't think you were gonna go off the ramp.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna like bounce off of your actual body.
Do you guys know that my nipple rings exploded when I hit the ramp?
Wait. Hold on, I don't understand this.
I
get it, but I don't get it.
I had my nipple rings in when I was on the skateboard going down the ramp. I hit the ramp. My nipple rings are no longer.
They
in
just
my nipples.
disintegrate?
They just disintegrated.
I hit Thanos when
No more.
Yeah.
My God.
Wait,
Yeah.
That should
what
have
kind of
been.
nipple rings were they?
They were the bars. Yeah.
That's even crazier that
Wait,
those
both?
Yeah, both gone.
Did it like rip your
But
nipples
only
apart?
one hit.
They were both gone. No, I think didn't my whole chest hit. Right?
Are you sure you were wearing?
I'm positive.
You
I
were
was.
positive?
Yeah.
But wait, like so did it rip your nipples apart or what?
My nipples were fine.
Imagine like he comes out of the water, but I have them now. It's just a weird like portal magic trick. And, like, I'm just like the fuck.
Yeah.
My God, dude.
Yeah.
Your nipple.
My nipple rings just
These aren't
exploded.
even rings. Your nipple bars.
My nipple bars. Yeah.
Nipple bars exploded. Did you ever find them?
No.
Never.
Never.
Did you look for them?
I did. I think I still had a skateboard at the bottom of that ramp. Like
I lost- I
some
think I
pit
lost-
vipers. I mean, at the bottom of the water, some pit vipers in the bottom of the water.
100%. I lost 2 pit vipers
Yeah.
in the water. It was disappointing, man.
I did not know that you lost your nipple bars and you cried after.
Dude, I cried, man. I was so upset at myself.
What a weird
But I knew.
my nipple rings exploded and I cried.
Yeah.
I tried to skateboard until my nipple rings disappeared. And he cried in a trailer.
Andy, remember he shit his pants. The one when
Oh,
we did the
yeah.
Barbie car, and I
Wait,
did.
that was real?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
He actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really shit my pants, and I was walking back to the camper, and they're like, dude. I was walking back to the camper, and everybody's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "No, I really shit my pants."
I thought you were just joking. Like, oh, I hit so hard. I think I shit my pants. You know.
So you shit that little spandex costume.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't shit your pants,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, it's been my thing lately, dude. I was at Travis Pastrana's.
You shit yourself there too?
Dude, I shit myself at Travis Pastrana's house.
You're not going with trampoline anymore. You're gonna bounce one too many
Dude, I
times.
slammed so fucking hard, I shit my pants.
On what?
I was going down again. I was skateboarding, going down in his barn trying to hit the foam pit.
Oh.
And I just was
roll
leaning.
in.
Yeah, I was just leaning back too hard. And
Wait, did you make it off the ramp?
No, I didn't even make it to the ramp.
So it was like a rolling
I-
flat to ramp,
Yeah.
and then went. And
Oh wait, the one inside.
The one
Oh,
inside.
I saw that. Yeah, I did see that video. Yeah.
I shit my pants on that one, and
Nice.
it was like a roller coaster of emotions. Like I was terrified because
That's why it's
like,
called moist cheeks.
Wow.
So it got a little wet turd in there.
And it was like a roller coaster of emotions because I was terrified because this one I knew I was gonna slam and I was just like, but I'm at Travis Pastrana's. I have to do something, you know?
Course,
and so I was like, all right. So I was terrified, but I was excited. I was at Travis's, and then I hit, and I'm in pain, and then I realized I shit my pants, so I was embarrassed and like shitting my pants in front of Travis Pastrana, and I'm just like, oh my God, what is life right now? I can't believe I just pooped in front of Travis Pastrana. And then I started thinking, I'm like, wait a second, maybe, oh no, they knew.
Oh, they knew.
Oh, it cleared out the barn.
Oh, stinky.
It cleared out the barn. And then I started thinking, I was like, maybe I'm the first, maybe I'm the first person to poop his pants doing a stunt at Travis's. So I was thinking that the whole time. And then we had Street Bike Tommy on the podcast, and I told him, I was like, yo, am I the first person to poop his pants? He's like, well, if they did, no one told anybody. So I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you get that. I'll let you have that one for sure.
Yeah, so now I'm stoked on it.
Hell yeah.
Just like next time you go back, there's like a little plaque.
Yeah.
Then there's like first triple backflip on BMX. First like first is shit pants.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I feel like you're like missing like a nervous system connection that we all have, where it goes like pain, processing, then decide to shit.
Yeah.
You just have pain, shit.
Yeah.
It's just a.
Well, the one at Travis's, I drank that. What's that coffee? Liquid, or no, it's like it's gnarly coffee. It's super caffeine, and I had like 3 or 4 cups of coffee without eating any food.
It went right through.
So it just
Like
went right
Black
through me.
Rifle or
No,
Did it at least?
it has a black
Did it
box.
stay in the pants or did it come out?
Oh no, it stayed in the pants.
Okay.
It stayed in the pants.
I needed to know.
Yeah, but
I needed
it
to know.
cleared. Like it stunk, dude. It was bad. It was so fucking bad.
so amazing.
Yeah.
Is that like normal? Do most of your poops just smell that terrible?
No.
Just that one.
That
It was
that
the
one.
coffee,
Yeah,
dude.
that one was bad.
Yeah.
The adrenaline paired with.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
excitement and yeah. So this is a question that a lot of people want to know. Is there going to be a Senate City round 3?
TBD. It's not really up to me anymore.
Yeah, we were actually talking about it outside earlier. I don't know if you can talk or if you want
Yeah,
to.
it's fine. Talk about okay.
We're just saying that. I mean, you might be able to explain it a little better.
Yeah,
than,
so,
like
like-
the situation of like.
So there was like kind of like 2 things. One, I was burning money, Senate City. I lost.
Was it profitable?
Fuck no.
No,
No,
you didn't.
I lost 50 grand minimum.
Okay, yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Like I just lost $50,000. Like it's probably more, but I stopped keeping track at that
Yeah.
point. And like the videos never like I think the highest viewed video is like 400,000 views.
Yeah.
Like that's for that kind of content. That's like the lowest earning content you can even make, right? Like no advertisers are gonna be there. And most of my sponsors would actually like reject my videos. Like the Kyler underwear one got rejected, so my sponsor was like, we can't sponsor this because there's like implied nudity.
Yeah.
It's like for sure like was just like burning money. And then on top of that, like I felt like we were at a point where we had enough amazing footage, and I felt like I didn't have the resources to make the show what it should have been, right? Like there's a lot of times where like I was trying to get everyone their Instagram clips, and it was very disorganized, and I had like interns doing things that professional social media teams should normally be handling, hundreds and hundreds of clips and thousands of hours of tape. So I kind of got to this point where I was like, do I have enough here now where we can try and make this into a TV show and like pitch this? And of course I've never done that before, but like Josh Wolf helped like introduce me to someone, and got to a point where they were basically saying like, we feel really, really confident that this will find a home very soon, and that any future ideas you have, you should hold them, so that way when this does go to development to a network, you have an amazing list of ideas pending, right? Because we were working with Guinness World Records, and we were working with some really well-known comedians. We were like, there was a lot of different things in store. We were gonna like push for like Nitro Circus to like join. So like we were pushing all these different things, and they're like, hold everything. They're like, just stop doing what you're doing. Don't burn any more ideas.
We have like a legit team to like a.
Yeah, like a network. It was. They were like really confident it was going to go to a network, whether digital or traditional, and so that was the reason why we just halted.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you don't need to spend your own money anymore. And frankly, I was like, I don't really even want to keep making these, because I felt like they weren't being done the way they should have been. Like there was a lot of like camera guys on that show that had never filmed anything like that. I mean, literally one of the main camera guys we hired would film GoPros backwards, so he would turn them off when he thought he was turning them on. So like when you guys did the mousetrap thing, I went to like pull my footage, and I was like, why the fuck am I watching the end of it? And then I was like, oh my God, he didn't realize he was turning them off, not on, and vice versa. So
Oh my god!
Like you do that little quick start button on the top, you know?
Yeah. So like everyone was like putting everything at risk, and I just felt like there should have been even like how we were miking people and all these different things. So like I felt it was better for like everyone, you know, to just like hold, and it felt like the right decision. And I was like at that point where like I needed to either buy the land or renew the lease or whatever it was, and like winter was coming up, rainy season was coming up, and all these different things. And so I mean, hopefully it wouldn't be a round 3; it'd be like the first season, the first proper season. And then the only thing that was going to get changed was that the athlete and Daredevil team was going to get hybrided into one because it's kind of the same. And then there was
just
still
like less talented.
But then there's horse. But then there's fucking
amazing.
I mean, there's horse who's just throwing like triple fulls off the trampoline and like all this crazy shit. So like we were gonna hybrid those teams, and then there was still gonna be
and still keep it the same concept like most viral video.
Same concept, most viral video. I mean, that was getting like that was the one thing that all these networks were pushing back on, because I think a lot of them still just don't understand social media. Like they just want to show that will work for their platform, which I get. So it was still gonna they were gonna shift how the format worked, but then the influencers were still gonna stay the same, and then there was gonna be like a scientist engineering team. So then it became like just, you know, beauty, bronze, brains, right? Like the 3 common most tropes. And that was going to be the breakdown. Like, and I was the one who pitched them that. I was like, if you really want to make this like work for like a Discovery or any of these kind of other like Hulu bigger platforms that want to reach everyone, I was like, this is a fucking great show.
I think that would have been
super
cool,
phenomenal show. And literally, like, as I pitched them that idea, Mr. Beast did a video that like had all 3 of what I was talking about in one video, where he spent 50 hours buried alive in a coffin. And I was like, your 50 hours in a coffin is your influencer, but living and pissing in bottles and living in there was like your Daredevil. And then he had to engineer the coffin for oxygen. And I was like, there's my proof of concept. It literally was like, as we were pitching, as we were doing phone calls, and I was like, this video just did 100 million views in like 3 days. So I was like, imagine a whole show based on that. And then, so that's your answer. And as of right now, like,
up in the air.
I was promised things and told things are happening, and so learning curve, I guess, you know.
So what's next for TFIL?
TFIL next is switching styles a little bit, because we have a whole new channel now for all the.
You have the haunted channel,
right? The overnight channel.
The overnight channel,
which is dedicated.
Channel's haunted.
The whole channel is dedicated. If you click on that channel, you will die if you don't watch 80% of every video. I'm gonna put that on our channel banner. Subscribe or you will die in 7 days.
That's actually pretty.
That's actually, I think I might need to start doing that.
That's not a bad idea.
Subscribe or this demon will haunt you in your sleep.
Going to the overnight channel, how the fuck do you get to these locations and you are allowed to, like the Cecil Hotel?
Allowed?
Like,
that one still blew my mind.
Like,
I mean, it's like working your way up, right? I think that's the main thing. Like, there's no way I would have ever gotten Cecil. Like, frankly, even Senate City ended up playing a big hand of it, because of Senate City, I had to carry a $5 million insurance policy. Like the biggest insurance policy I've ever had to hold. So I had that. And a lot of these places like Alcatraz or Cecil or any of these bigger places, like, you need a $5 million insurance policy. There's no way your YouTube channel has it. I'm like, I do.
Oh shit!
Literally, I'm like,
actually,
I'm like, I have that. I was like, do you want your COI tonight or tomorrow? And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they start taking us more seriously. So it was a lot of like, even like COVID like came into play, like, because like we had to have like a COVID coordinator, whatever the term was, and a lot of these locations were like, you need to. I was like, cool, got it, done. What else do you need? So it was kind of just working our way up, you know, starting smaller locations, doing like little houses, and then just kind of like going for the bigger ones and just being like they're all businesses at the end of the day. And if you have like the legal requirements to cover it and the money, sure. Like, and that's really what it came down for Cecil. It's just money. Like, I don't think there's many, like, I just felt really confident that I could make an amazing series there, because it's in LA and we're all here. So that's why Cecil worked out. But
it's fucking amazing.
It was really cool. Like, Alcatraz blew my mind that we got it.
You
know, and we'll be back pretty soon, a couple months, like, inside. But yeah, man.
I'm sorry. And then the San Lucas as well. Like that one was incredible. Like,
that video comes out Wednesday.
Yeah, like it's like basically like the Alcatraz of like South America or Central America.
Yeah.
And when we went there, like the workers who took us there said they've never once set foot on that island. They'd worked there for like 15 years.
No way.
Never been allowed on the island past like 4 or 5 p.m.
Past 4 p.m. Yeah.
And we started at like 4 or 5 p.m. and went until like I don't know whenever. But
yeah,
was that pretty creepy or like were you like?
It was just more so
happen?
like. So interesting to see like the prison that was on that island and like the prisoners built it and stuff, but it was just like the people who had lived in Costa Rica and had worked there for so long have never once been seen it at nighttime ever.
What's the reasoning behind? Is there
it's a national
local
park.
legend?
So it's a national park, so it's just like heavily protected. Like I guess people go on the island all the time and like they'll try to sneak on there and like try to find. I guess there's apparently like a treasure there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, like a massive treasure.
Did you guys kind of do a little treasure hunt or not?
No, not that one. We were more so there for like the history of it and then like the paranormal element of it.
Okay.
Literally, the Prime Minister of Costa Rica wrote a letter to give us permission. Like we literally had to show I don't know if it was the police. I don't really know what force they were, what branch they were, but they literally had to they had to read it like numerous times because they didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
And it was like a genuine letter from the Prime Minister's office. I don't think it was actually from him. That said that like our channel was allowed to be there to help boost like the tourism and like the awareness, and the economy of that like small like harbor. So like places like that, it's like it's been really remarkable where we've been able to go, and like we're literally going to
insane.
we're going to Chernobyl in like 6 weeks.
I've seen people post about that. You can go like do like a tourist thing like at Chernobyl. Or,
But we're getting like crazy. Like I actually didn't realize. I checked earlier. I didn't realize I didn't see my WhatsApp messages from our guide who's helping put together. But he like confirmed like we're going in the reactor. Like we're actually going in reactor number 4, like the one that caused all of it. Like
holy shit!
And like we're getting these interviews. Like I don't know, people are just like watching.
That's huge.
Our
man.
work now, and they're respecting it. I guess, or like even outside the views, like we put a lot into our videos in terms of like trying to make them feel genuine.
Yeah.
Like, we don't like. I'm not trying to like show up to places anymore. Just like there's a nuclear disaster here. All these people died. Okay, enjoy the video. Thanks for subscribing. Like no, I'm like, hey, this fucking thing that happened here changed the world.
Yeah.
Like literally in the middle of the fucking Cold War, and this thing's like so.
That's amazing.
It's
like
cool.
More like educational and like actually.
Yeah, like
just like exploiting it or
I
whatever.
don't want to go there just be like, look at the abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
Like no, I'm going there because like there's a reason why we all want to go there in the first place, and it's like might as well address that significance.
Yeah.
And I think that's what translates, and that's what allows like Cecil and allows Alcatraz and allows all these places because they realize like we actually care.
Yeah.
Like we're not just going there for a clickbait and a title. Like that's nice, but like we're going there because we actually like want to learn about it and like share that with our viewers.
Yeah.
And that's something special, dude. Like that's
crazy
that they wrote you a letter to like you're the guys are the only people to ever set foot there.
Yeah.
Did you save the letter?
I have it. I have a digital version. They have a digital. We tried going to another location, and that one was like privately owned. It wasn't owned. It wasn't like a national thing, so the government didn't have any control over. They turned us down. And I was literally like, I have a letter for the national park, and they're like, we don't care. We privately own this.
Yeah.
So, like some places still turn us down. Like some places.
Like that place is like way smaller compared to.
Well, it's because they don't know your channel. No.
They just like didn't want any filming there, regardless. And I was like, here, they like. Some places just don't care. And
we're like, we're homies with the Prime Minister, and they're like, no, we don't care. They're like, we don't believe you. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Did you ever think that when you started making these videos with Heath, that it would grow to be something this special?
I'll be honest, I expected a lot more.
Whoa.
It's significantly underperformed everything that I thought it'd be. I thought
honestly,
like, yeah, 100%. Like I had the highest hopes for this, and like I still believe to this day, and like it's not like unknown knowledge that like people have come and gone from TFIL for their different reasons, but had the original people like actually just stuck together, we would be one of the biggest channels out there, and like nothing would be untouchable for us. Like there wouldn't be a single thing we couldn't do if we didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So like I actually feel like the channel has been because it's all, whenever you switch people, you're switching personalities, you're switching like interests, you're switching what countries they want to go to, you're switching format and like joke styles, and like I've switched cameramen like 5 different times, and like
you still working with Evan?
Yeah, Evan. I will actually not film certain videos without Evan. Like I don't care. Like I would rather not post than try and film without him on certain trips.
Yep.
He's your guy.
So it's like no, I actually feel like way underperformed.
Wow.
I mean, for doing this for like 5 years, I should be a lot further ahead, you know?
I don't know. I'm with you guys. Like, I think it's insane the shit that you've been doing.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, you just set your bar so damn high.
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, if like example, and I honestly, I feel like what I'm saying is like not being nitpicky, but it genuinely matters. Like, I watched today's video. Like, we all watched the crocodile and alligator, the crocodile video, and I watched that and I was like, why aren't these shots color matched? You know what I mean? I'm like, I've been doing this for 5 fucking
Because you're a
years.
perfectionist.
Yeah, but still, like 5 years and like my settings aren't lined up yet. Like,
I guess you have a point there.
I'll forget thumbnails, bro. Like, I'll literally I'll take us all the way to a whole new country, do this whole thing, and forget to get a thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like all these little things.
And there's so many of us there, and like not one of us thinks.
No.
Like, we just. I don't know. I mean, it's like overwhelming when we're doing all that stuff. And
but it's like the only thing that we actually like. Literally, your thumbnail and your title
take a picture.
Is 99% of your video, because however good your title and your thumbnail is normally matches how much thought and energy you put into your video. So for sure, like I'm still making like rookie mistakes. Like even like kids that have 2 YouTube videos know to make a good thumbnail. So it's like, yeah, I feel like I'm definitely way. For like we've done, don't get me wrong, we've done a lot of amazing, really cool shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like looking at the progression of like videos from like Eric, who's only been doing this for a year, or Yes Theory that is consistently producing like really high caliber videos, like there's a lot of people that just produce like amazing stuff time after time after time. My channel is for sure like one of the most chaotic. Like you never know what you're gonna get with our channel. Yeah. And that's a huge like. Reason for why it kind of is where it is.
I guess that's hard because people like consistency and like to know what they're gonna get all the time. But then also I think that's what makes it better is that it's like you never know what the next adventure is gonna be anyway. So I don't know.
There's been many times where I'm like, how does this work? Like, how does this make any sense?
Yeah,
and we're doing such polar opposite things all the time, and I'm like, wow.
Because the thing is, we only do shit that like we want to do.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like I will never.
That's how it should be.
I'll never shoot a video if I just think it's gonna get views. Like I'm only shooting stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
I always thought that was weird. People were like, they're dreading what they're doing. We're like, what views? Like, but they're doing it for views, not because they want to do it. It's like the opposite of what you want. What your main like motivation is, because you actually want to do it, not because you think it's
wrong reason to be in the field.
When people are like, oh, I'm just doing it because I think I'll be famous, clout, whatever. And it's like that's never, your heart's not in the right place.
I think who was it, Jonah? I don't know if you were there. We were talking to Jonah about something, and we're like, one of the locations that we're probably going to go to on our next trip is like drastically unaffordable. Like it doesn't. I should not be getting the location. I should not be spending the money. Like it's a real. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's like
I don't even know.
You do, but I don't think you were in the room. But it's like just disgustingly expensive, and I will never make my money back. And he was like, "Why? Are you, like, can you afford it?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "So why are you doing it?" I'm like, "Because I get to die when I'm probably young. I get to die at however many years old." Yeah. And be like, I'm one of the few people that have ever fucking done this. And like, yeah, I lost 40 grand, but did I really? You know what I mean? Like my job now is bring myself and 5 other people to get to do crazy, cool, fucking dope stuff. And it's like, and they literally get paid to do this cool shit. Like that's their job. And it's like, so I don't give a fuck if I'm going to lose. It's money versus being like, I'm like, even the Queen Mary, we're one of the, like, literally, we just filmed at the Queen Mary, some of the first people, if not like the only people in its 80-year history to have the entire ship to itself. Yeah. It was like a pinnacle of the world, like World War II. Like it's one of the most well-known ships in the planet. Yeah. And like we got that opportunity, and it was like,
how did that happen? How did you set that up? Or like, how did you think of that? Or did they reach out to you?
No, we reached out and they watched our stuff and they must have just like liked the videos we were making. And they're like, sure. They're like, we have Amazon filming here and we have Paramount here. We have 2 days open. I was like, yep. Hell yeah. I was like, yep, let's just take those 2 days. So it's like, it's one of those things, man. It's just like, I don't know.
Dude, it's worth it, man. Like you can't replace money or not. You can't replace memories. So like, fuck it. Like if you lose money, but you might not. It's like a
and even if I do, like, I don't care. Like, I settle that score internally, you know, before it's even.
We're all gonna die anyway, so might as well just fucking go for it.
It's just like whatever. So, and then that was one of the Senate City things. Was like I lost a lot, and I knew that. Like, I knew going into it.
You said that like from day one before we even started. Like, before you even met.
And like I could have started cutting corners, but I didn't. Like I could have like started like nixing the expensive ideas, but like. Still fucking dug a 200,000 gallon pond and still like, you know what I mean? Like we literally built that, and I was like, it's fucking fun. Like we did all that. We still built an entire room that we lifted up with a crane, dude. You know, like
and spun it
and
around,
spun everyone around, and like it didn't work to design, but like still did everything, and it's like fucking cool.
Yeah,
it was super fun, even though it didn't like translate on video or whatever. But
I think it's just it's hard. People don't get why. Like that's the biggest question. Like, but why are you doing this stuff? Like it's like the most ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
So
I don't run social media like it's a business. I run social media like it's my life.
Yeah.
Because it's my life. It's one of the few pleasures that you get in social media is that you can control your life and ultimately make money from it.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the key things, you know, is like it's weird to me when I see so many creators just get pent up chasing like the money and just chasing like the revenue, and then they're just super unhappy and they're like not themselves on social media, and then you wonder why they collapse. It's like because they're I don't know. It's like the same reason why you just like went up and left. You just left Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you were just like I don't want to do this.
I was like I'll figure something out. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather I went from like you know a full-time job making like decent money, having a house, and like. It was like my life was stable, which was weird because like I don't like stability, you know. And then went from that to like lost all my pay. I had one rental property going that was making me like I think I was making about $1,000 a month is what I had to like live off of. But then like and I was like I'm just gonna go until I run out of money or figure something out. And then I ended up like living on the road in my bus, spent like no money. Like I was
okay, but when you made that decision, did you have some sort of a plan, or was it I'll figure it out as I go?
No plan at all.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I knew is that I had friends that were like they were gonna be going to West Virginia to go cliff diving the week I was like ready to leave finally, and I was like, that's the beginning of my trip. I'm gonna hang out with them until they all have to fly home, and I'm just gonna continue on. And like took the first trip. Was hanging out, like all my friends came from back home too, and like they all drove down in West Virginia. We're all hanging out, and then when everyone left, it was just me, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? And like I had a little panic moment, and I was like, shit, like I kind of want to go back home. Like what am I doing with my life? And I just like kept driving, just kept going to new spot after new spot, and then like eventually ended up in Florida. Then like went all the way up through Canada, across the country like 3 or 4 times, and it's never once have I regretted it. It's been the best decision of my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, no plan.
That's amazing, dude.
I'll be honest. I know you have your eyes set on Texas, but it's like I could see you guys doing very well, like having a similar bus build, you know, that can fit the 2 or the 3 of you.
I've thought about it.
I think that would make way more sense.
It makes way, dude. I'm telling you, like, I mean, you want to rent my motorhome? Go ahead and do that. My motorhome's gonna be a whole lot cheaper than a down payment on a house.
I know.
A whole fucking lot cheaper. The insurance is a lot cheaper. There's no taxes on it. And that thing, you can build a podcast studio in it where you don't need to rig this stuff up all the time. You can show up to any skate park, any city, any national park.
Go anywhere.
And that thing sleeps 6 people. So it's like you guys would never be in each other's hair. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, and also, dude, like the lifestyle, like he can speak to it better, but for what you guys are doing, man, it's like trying to get people always to you when you can just go skate park to skate park.
Yeah.
I mean, because what you guys literally just came to us and like, you know, you had to set this all up.
Yeah. Dude, my life, it's such
I
a
like that.
I mean, I'm being dead serious, bro. Like, imagine like you just hopped in your house and went to park to the beach.
I've thought about it, and my life right now it was such a weird transition period because I was living in that sober living for 3 years, and before that I was fucking homeless. And I was in the sober living, and then that's where I met Zach, and then that's how all these fucking opportunities happened. Dude, all this shit happened while I was in a sober living. Yeah. And then when I was okay financially, I was able to save up a bunch of money, and I was like, fuck, dude, I'm sober. I think I'm okay if I leave a sober living. Yeah. I'm comfortable with my sobriety. I think it's time to move on. And then I was looking at places in LA, and dude, it was like so fucking expensive in LA, and I was just like, dude, why would I do that? And then I was like, I came up on some money, And then I started thinking I want to try to continue like we do better. I feel like we do better as a group. So, same like you.
Sure.
You have your crew. You
100%.
know? And we do better as a group. And I wanted to build something so we had a main hub to just continue entertaining and just not get fucked with. Have enough land to like build some shit like Send It City and just continue entertaining. And Texas just seemed to be the right spot because of the fucking price.
I mean, he knows I looked there for a while.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you firsthand, you're going to be walking into the same trap I walked into.
What's that?
You're going to build a Send It City and you're going to lose a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
And trust me when I say it would have been so much easier. Because I did the math. Like when I make mistakes like that, I want to figure out why.
Yeah.
You'd be so much better off instead of buying your own shit and getting your own permits and building everything in a fixed location. Those UTVs that we had, those four-wheels broke
Yeah.
every other day.
Yeah.
Something went wrong, mechanic fees.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If you just take your motorhome and you just show up to a UTV track, if it breaks once, it's not your problem.
Yeah.
And you don't have the overhead. You don't have to do the title and the registration. You don't need the insurance for it or any of that shit. And then you're not landlocked.
Yeah.
You know
It
what I
opens
mean?
up your like opportunities so much. I mean, that's why I just can't commit to like getting an apartment. Like I've stayed in LA mostly for the last like 7 months.
Yeah.
And like I just can't commit to like getting an apartment. Like he was getting a house and he's like, hey, like, would you, like, you're interested? I'm like, I can't commit to that because like if I just want to up and leave and go to Salt Lake City for a week or up and leave, drive to Canada, drive to Florida, whatever. It's like having that opportunity is the best. And I think you guys, like at least in my head, I think it'd be greatest if you guys got yourself an RV of some sort. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And all the money you were going to put into a property, put that into wrapping it with like some logos of like so people know it's you guys, and that way like as you start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, people see you guys when you're going places, and then you guys just get to like do gnarly shit.
I wish we would have had this fucking meeting a few months ago because this is a great idea.
Anything yet?
Huh?
Did you buy anything yet?
No,
He hasn't bought. Yeah, he hasn't bought anything yet. We just have like renting.
Yeah.
It's not too
This
late.
is no.
It's not. It's not.
But I know
too
you've been
late.
researching like crazy for a long time now, and it's like such a crazy swing of like ideas. But like realistically, you'll save crazy amount of money, and you have way more content to be gotten. Like if you like, you got homies up in Salt Lake, go up to Salt Lake for a week and do some crazy shit with them.
Yeah.
And then swing down to LA when there's crazy stuff happening here.
Yeah.
Move on, go to Texas for a week and do some crazy stuff down there.
It's,
Florida, wherever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the wrap on my motorhome. How much do you think it would cost to wrap the entire motorhome? It's a 31-foot motorhome. How
I
much?
have no fucking
Take a
idea.
guess. What do you think it is?
5,000.
Yeah, no, it's $1,400.
Oh, okay.
What?
$1,400 to
thinking
wrap
way-
my entire
way higher.
motorhome.
Dude, and that would just
'Cause I
be
looked at it.
iconic. Like, yeah, I've told you, like, you should wrap it, but
$1,400. The greatest marketing you'll ever get. How many times do you get like DMs and people come up to you because just your handle is written on your bus?
I
and,
went
like,
grocery shopping yesterday, and a lady literally came up to me, and like I parked. It was a worker, and she came up, and she's like, "Wait, are you Brandon?" And I thought it was from TFIL, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm Brandon." And she was like, "I love your bus." She's like, "I saw you pull up. I looked up your Instagram," and she's like, "I love the stuff you do." And she's like, "I need to ask you questions." And I'm like, "Sure." I'm like picking up English muffins and shit.
He's like doing your shopping.
She's like, "Okay, what did you do? Like, what made you do this? What did and like ask me all these questions about like she was like stalking my Instagram right there." But like, I think that's cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird to have like my name on my bus. Like a lot of people make fun of me for that, but I've met a lot of cool people from there, and like people will always send me pictures while I'm driving on the highway, and they're like, "Yo, dude, like sick bus. Like I saw you on the 405 today," and I'm like, "That's awesome." Like,
Yeah.
But if you guys didn't, like, you wrapped an RV. And then like people start noticing you guys and like seeing you, and,
Dude, and we could pull up in like if we wanted to, because we've talked about like doing live stunts. If we had like a trailer with.
What did you
some,
literally do yesterday? Didn't you go to Steve-O?
Oh,
in a
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
van
yeah,
parked
yeah.
somewhere?
Dude, imagine all those people there, cameras everywhere, and you guys roll up in a wrapped
in
RV.
every city.
He literally was like, "Come meet me at this location."
Yeah.
And we're gonna do this. Like, imagine if we were like, "Hey guys,
Every city.
come meet us at this location." Yeah, we're gonna have to find a location, but like we could bring props and like people that we want to bring ourselves, whoever, meet up with, and then do shit based around that trailer and like in that vicinity.
Literally in every single city, any city you want to go to, any event. If there's a tour, there's a Warp Tour, not a Warp Tour, you know what I mean? But there's any tour or a skate park opening or whatever it is, you guys can just show up and plan a trip around it.
And then that's where we're living too, so we don't have to worry about like a fucking like hotel.
Right, you don't
or
have to worry about a
whatever.
hotel. And dude, most campsites are like $20-$30, like a powered site, full everything. And if you want to sell merch, guess what? People can just buy it
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Literally right there.
And also, FYI, like I've paid for a campsite 0 times in the last 2 years with my bus. I know it's a little bit smaller than an RV, but I have friends with way bigger vehicles than mine, and none of my friends ever pay for campsites. Like
Where do
it's
you
so,
Where do you dump?
Or do I dump?
You have a poop tank?
No.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
No. I mean, but you can go to like truck stops and, you know, do that.
For sure.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't ever have to worry about like, oh, it's going to be like $20 a night for 365 days. It's like that adds up like crazy. But like there are incredible amounts of free places to stay. And it's so easy.
And you're solar. You're solar, so you don't even need a plug-in.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a generator. Like, he doesn't need a powered site.
Like, I've never spent $1 ever for a campsite. I never will. You know, it just seems crazy to me. It's like, I'd rather stay in, like, wild places anyways, you know. But
seriously, though, I fucking love camping and, like, just, like, the...
It seemed, like, literally from someone who just did it. Like, Send It City, like, was super cool, and maybe it could have worked because of where it was.
Yeah.
But it had the best chance of survival where it was. Any further, like Zan wouldn't have showed up if it was in Texas. Heath wouldn't have shown up. Josh wouldn't. None of our hosts would have shown up, or I would have had to like pay like crazy money, further flights, the extra day of travel, like all this stuff. Like you're just not going to get access to that. And like what you were saying, like you're like everything's happening in LA right now, so why go lock yourself down? Like the next year is going to be insane with how things reopen.
Yeah.
Like, why would you lock yourself down somewhere? Like, you have them, like, whatever your down payment is, I promise you a motorhome is going to be cheaper.
Especially full-size ones, because a lot of people aren't trying to buy full-size ones. So the full-size ones are usually cheaper than the small ones. Same thing with, like, full-size school bus. Like, you can get a full-size school bus for under $2,000, which sounds ridiculous. Like, a running full-size school bus for under $2,000.
Yep.
I've seen tons of them online when I was searching. And short buses like mine, people ask like 10,000 plus unconverted, completely just like it's a school bus. It's because like the small ones are easier to manage, but for you guys, you would want a bigger one, you know?
Yeah.
And you can get that for cheap.
They're harder to park for sure. Like there are many a times where it's like parking is a fucking disaster. But if you plan it properly, like it's not that big of a deal. That's the only downside to it is parking, and then some roads that like you just actually can't drive on.
Yeah.
Right. And then like even like hypothetically, you could get like a trailer and put your car behind it. You know,
Well, I mean, how many of you guys
tow their
would
cars like behind?
Sure,
Like,
you could trailer too.
like if we needed to, like whatever.
So
for now,
So if it was like the solid 3, like full time for sure, then I would just get like
and then maybe some camera guys.
Yeah, I mean, I would just get like a reliable, like something so simple,
Maybe
like
maybe a sound guy.
like get like a reliable car, and like that person just like follows you guys around. Like it's like, oh, it's your turn to drive the car today, and like the other 2 ride in the motorhome, and then that way
just tow the car.
Well, yeah, you could do that as well, you know, either way.
Yeah.
But that way, when you go places, if you need to like park the RV somewhere farther and then drive in with your car.
Yeah.
And then you can add, like, you can still wrap a car and the motorhome and be in like fractions of the price of what you'd be putting down on a house.
You could very easily tow a car.
Yeah.
And then
how
save
often do you
driver.
break down?
And
in
we
that
all
thing?
love
Do
traveling.
you ever have
so,
problems
like,
with
that? Just
that?
makes sense.
And then
and
mine's
stuff.
old. I mean, like you can buy like.
I don't know why we
way
didn't think
newer
about
than
this.
mine.
Yeah.
Glad you brought it up.
It's
Yeah,
just it's something to look
something to
at. I
think
mean, like
about,
granted,
yeah.
like motorhome and like camper vans have been like all-time high prices, but I have a feeling that they're dropping right now because as things are reopening, people are probably transitioning back. So you might be able to get like a pretty good deal soon as people are like, okay, I'm gonna end the COVID lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, so I would look at it, man. Like
I have some.
I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know if like.
I mean, it's definitely a good idea. The only reason why I've just been on the fucking go for so long, sleeping on other people's couches and being homeless and all this bullshit, and I just want a place to call fucking home.
I feel that,
and like have a bed and like maybe find a girl and fucking start a family in the next 5 years. You know, like.
I mean, you could buy a way cheaper place here then if you're like part-time here, you know.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. I mean, it's the reason why I bought this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bought this house is for that reason. It was like long-term. It's like, you know, but at the same time, like Ginger knows, like every other day, I'm like, all I want to do is just go fucking live in the motorhome and like just work out of that and like hop on my flight when I need to hop on my flight.
That would be such a rad thing to fucking do if we had a place to like, okay, we traveled for fucking a couple months, and let's go back home. You know, like,
I mean, but you can get like a way smaller place and then just have the RV and do that. Because like me personally, like I'll visit friends all over the country, and they're like, dude, come inside, I got a spare room. And I'm like, no. Like, and when I first came down to Elton's, like, last year, he's like, take the spare bedroom. And I'm like, no. Like, I have, my bed is in my bus. Like, that's where I want to sleep. Like, that's my bedroom to me. Like, you know,
he
that's
literally
where I
sleeps
be.
in his bus in the front yard.
In the front yard? No way.
I sleep in the front yard here, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a 4,000 square foot house with 6 bathrooms. Yeah. He will sleep in his fucking bus.
It's like, I got my bed in there.
And the air conditioning.
Yeah.
But that's like
so
what you're
sick.
comfortable with.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
like,
awesome.
that's my spot.
So sick, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying about like a place to like come back to, but I mean, I don't know. Like,
Chase your dreams really hard right now, man.
like, what do we want to do?
Yeah.
What do we talk about like all the time? What's been like the highlight of the past few months?
Fucking
Like traveling.
Yeah, I know.
So like,
Commit.
Yeah.
Here's the
I don't
thing: you commit and it doesn't fucking work. Okay, you bought a $15,000 vehicle that you'll sell probably for $15,000.
Yeah.
And then if anything, you're still looking at houses this whole time. You're still getting listings. You know, like houses are gonna be up for sale. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like why anchor yourself down there? I mean, where have you done like almost all of your podcast episodes? Have any of them been in Texas at your place?
They've all been in Texas at my place.
They've all been?
Yeah.
I mean, well, not like people coming like guests.
Oh
or
yeah, no,
anything.
we do
Just,
everything
like,
over Zoom.
No, I'm talking about the guests.
Over Zoom.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine how much better it'd be if all
And
of
then
them.
we could,
I
and then we
know,
could
I
be,
know.
dude.
Yeah.
It's so much better to have like face to face like
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and imagine like if your podcast set is always controlled because it's your motorhome, it's
Yeah.
not my dining room. You know what I mean? Like it's always like your neon sign is up no matter where you are and whoever comes in.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that what Steve-O does? He does something similar to that, right?
Yeah, he uses his van. To
Yeah.
do his
And I-
podcast,
and-
yeah.
You know, I'm
so
not sure
it's so
about like
weird.
location.
It's so crazy
but
that your idol is doing an idea.
we didn't
we're
even
talking
think.
about.
And, you know, and it's funny because we've talked about like do like if it works, like do what like other people have done, and like I don't know why we didn't think about this whole thing that we just talked about with like.
It's because that's why you guys are on Team Daredevil.
We don't really think.
That's why you guys weren't going to be on the engineer team. Or the scientist team.
a lot of just acting without thinking. I think that's been like my life for the past 10 years, just doing shit and not really thinking about the repercussions.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are such daredevils and go live in a fucking motorhome
Dude,
for a
that's
few months and commit to it. You guys will get darts thrown in your belly and jump through light tubes, but you're too much of a bitch to live in a
Oh my
motorhome.
You know what doesn't sound like a
Called
daredevil to
out.
me?
Call
Someone who
me
wants a
out.
house to stay
Only
in
for
all
a
the
girl.
time.
Because you want to have a girl and have a nice cozy bed. He wants to have a nice place to rest his head on his little pillow. Oh my God. He wants to be a big bad creator and be in the next Jackass movie. But no, I need my blankie. I need a little blankie.
Oh shit.
dude.
All those badass tattoos and all they really actually say is I miss home and mommy. Yeah, you got a fucking misfit tattoo, more like Miss Mommy. Fucking
God,
things.
dude.
Hey, you got as much balls as that skeleton tattoo. Fucking little twat. Go chase your fucking dreams.
Yes.
Dude.
You should be on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, find an RV and do it.
Motherfucker, I have one sitting in my front yard. I have a 31-foot motorhome sitting right there.
So you're saying we could rent that?
You
from
could rent my motorhome, yes.
Do
We'll
it for a
talk.
test, like test it out for like however long, and like if you guys are like, this is fucking it, like this is what we
Yeah.
need to then get your own and wrap it and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm not even considering using my motorhome again until October. So literally, it's gonna actually sit in my front yard until October,
Shit.
and it wouldn't be that much.
It would
Like,
honestly give me more front yard space, so you guys should take
Yes,
that.
that's very
And then the
true.
other issue I'm gonna be running into is I'm opening that business out here in LA, so I'm gonna be fucking doing that.
So you just be
Good, so it's even easier to go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Because you can drive your house to the airport now. Any more fucking excuses?
dude.
Fuck.
Fucking like lit a fire under my ass. This is like I don't know how stoked you are like on this idea, dude. But this
No,
is
it's a
like,
great fucking idea. It is a great
This
idea.
is-
Prove it.
Yeah.
Bro, this is the episode that's gonna like change. Everything.
No, I really think you guys would kill it. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
Think about all the other houses you can show up to that have all the shit already built.
Yeah.
That's
Think about like where the
So
the
true.
Derns live, or, you know what I mean, or Annie McDonald's,
Or here.
or Tony. Yeah, exactly. Like
like oh, we wanna
all
do the
these
trampoline, come
places,
here.
everything that you ever want to build on your property already exists, and it's had all the kinks worked out.
This
And
is so
the
true.
best part is you're working with the people that like are the best at it already. You know what I mean? Like, why build a mega ramp when you could probably go to Bob's house and, you know?
The upkeep on it or
No,
like
you
whatever.
don't.
Like, we just show up, do the thing. Like, obviously it would help, but like, because we were like, oh, let's build a wrestling ring in the yard or whatever.
Don't do that. Show up to an
I
actual.
have a friend who has a
Right, exactly. Show up to an actual wrestling match and just make a cameo.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We got
some kinks.
You have no thinking to do. Stop thinking.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about earlier that the difference between Vinny and I is that I'm the one who thinks too much and he doesn't?
Yeah, see, you know how like,
Isn't that
you
how
get
we
up,
started?
you just bum rush everything? That's what you need to fucking do.
Yeah.
Rush
And
yourself
usually
into
I
a
do.
goddamn RV.
I know,
Oh my
dude.
God,
I
this has
know.
been.
What's the absolute worst thing
Yeah,
that
what's the worst
happens?
thing that's going to happen?
You fucking hate it and you
Yeah,
sell it and
yeah.
you're like, well, okay, let's go get that ranch now.
Yeah, what's
That's it.
literally what's the worst thing? What's the absolute
Like-
what's the worst case scenario here?
I can't think of a
That's
word
weird.
for this now.
You know why?
Because it's a great idea.
There we go.
Honestly, like I fucking love this.
Wouldn't you rather do it and end up hating it than like never having
abs-
done
no,
it at
absolutely.
all and like
100%.
always wondering what would have
That's
been?
100%?
Yeah, 100%.
So why are you still thinking?
I'm not still thinking.
I'm not still thinking.
God damn it. All right, guys. Elton, thank you. Dude, seriously, thank you for having us over. Thank you for
This
being
is all
on the-
meaningless
Yeah,
to
man.
me unless you live in a motorhome soon. I will consider this a waste of my goddamn time.
we're still here for a few more days.
Yeah.
Drive them. Oh my
right.
god.
No,
dude.
because I don't know why when I was like, oh, dude, it would be dope if Elton would be on the podcast, and I was like, oh, I don't know if he'd be on a podcast named Moist Cheeks, but so thank you.
Very
It really
motivational
does.
Speaker.
I've cleaned your moist cheeks. Why would I not be on this?
It's very, very true.
Bro, that's part of the thing that we
We
should.
can't talk about it.
So fucking good.
All right, guys, this has been another episode of the Moist Cheeks podcast. Thank you guys again for coming on. Please hit that subscribe button, hit a like button, leave a comment or two. You probably already follow TFIL. Fuck,
Otherwise,
dude.
why are you here?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at more of your tattoos to make fun of.
I'm like so exposed right now.
And I guess we'll see you next week.
In a motorhome.
In a motor.
In a motorhome.